Right, so greetings fellow captains and get the game sound in, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships with the Hivehound, and we are going to have a look at the Azur Lane Alliance that has literally just dropped into the game. First of all, there's the big package, the MADDEN, for 46,850 doubloons. Now that is just over £100 in UK money. It's about 140-ish US dollars. A rough estimate on exchange rates. I'm not thorough enough to go and check that specifically, but I know it's something around there. It's a ballpark figure. So get all these Azur Lane premium ships, theme skins for the Graf Spee and Sharnhorst, plus 2 crates to hold your new commanders. Azur Lane Alliance build comes with 4 missions to get Azur Lane flags on top of that. So what you get in it, you get the Azur Lane Baltimore, the Azur Lane Queen Elizabeth, and the Azur Lane fuso or fusou. The premium skins for the Sharnhorst and the Graf Spee, and then you get the missions which grant you the flags, and some Azur Lane containers as well. Right, no, not cheap. So first of all, right, is it worth it? If you're one of those people that are considering spending that amount of money, is it worth it? Right, okay, so let's have a brief look. Let's total things up. So in all fairness, I think the ships individually aren't priced all that bad. 15,000 doubloons for the Baltimore, 10 for the Queen Elizabeth, and 10 for the fuso. So that is 35,000 doubloons right there before it starts. And they're in the ballpark of, you know, some tier 6 premiums cost 15,000. So they're actually priced relatively cheaply. 5k for the Graf Spee and the Sharnhorst skins each, so that's 45. Right, okay, so before you even get to the commanders, it's there. So, and the commanders are 5,000 each, and there's 5,000 of them. So is the bundle bad value for money, or is it good value for money? That's only something that you guys can decide. But if you do want them, then the big bundle seems to be the way to go. Right, okay, so do we really want to look at we might need to have a quick look at the ships. Right, okay, so Azur Lane Baltimore. Now the Baltimore is exactly the same as the tech tree version. There is absolutely no difference besides the skins, and kind of looks like a pleasure cruiser more than a battleship, doesn't it? But I don't know. It's different. Not going to say I'm exactly a fan of the ship in this current camo, but you know, we can fix that. Let's take a gander at the fusou of that conning tower. It doesn't matter what colour you paint that conning tower, it's going to look absolutely berserk. But is that those sakura flowers? Is that it? It's the same blooms that are all over the port, and that's given us this this pink haze. Yeah, you know, honestly, I'm not a massive fan of it as a skin, but it's a premium Queen Elizabeth, and the Queen Elizabeth is a pretty good ship at tier 5, so it is always nice to have that money making. Queen Elizabeth, what am I on about? Fuso. Jesus Christ, Hive, sort your life out. And finally, the last ship, which is the Queen Elizabeth, not the fuso. And they've all got a very colourful hull, white superstructure theme, which, in all honesty, kind of helps the enemy out. If you're in a cruiser, shoot the white bits, aim for the white bits. If you're in a battleship, aim for the colourful parts. The aim trainers for new commander captains. But all in all, like, the deck is colourful, let's say. But, you know, I understand, like, you know, anime are very bright, they are very colourful. Well, okay, they can be very dark as well, depending on what ones you're watching. But, yeah, that's what they look like. I don't think there's... What I'm interested in, there's only one thing, really. There's one thing that I'm seriously interested in. And that is exactly what skills do these commanders come with. Right, so we're just going to upgrade them to rank 6 so we can see everything. So adaptive tactics, so this is the rudder shift that goes up to, if I remember rightly, rank plus or minus 5%, if I remember rightly. Bear with me, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a quick check. So I am doing this all live, so bear with me. Because I did do a video on it, but obviously I've slept since then. So, where are you? Here, Azur Lane, Baltimore. So, alright, up to 6%. So you can get plus 6%. But, so we know, and the AP solution ammo is the other new perk. But I wanted to see what else they come equipped with. So, beyond range. Igniter, or before it's too late. Punch through. So punch through gives you more damage, and shell multiplier. So you've got a choice. You can either go for more heavier, higher pen and more damage, or a higher penetration with less chance of overpen. So the AP salute ammunition, and then you've got fixated and steer clear. So what's that going to go for? 2, 4, 6. So that's going to go up to plus 8 for rudder shift. So you could have a maximum of plus 12 or minus 12 to rudder shift time. But you do still have the choice of equilibrium of power, fully packed, and refill station. So what would I pick? Well, it's going to be a heavy cruiser, so I don't think we're going to care too much for fires. And this would be good because I won't need to change my Norman Scott build for different ships. Torpedo detector, like, put the fire in there. Our plan is not to use the fire in particular. Try the AP solutions out and go with steer clear. I'm guessing I'd probably use Cunningham and Scott, not Cunningham, Fraser and Scott as inspirations. Let me spend 5 promotion orders so we can have a quick gander. So Scott would increase our shell grouping. And where's my good buddy, Mr. Fraser? There you go. Oh, yeah, and either Fraser for maximum movement speed, or you can get a penetration multiplier for AP shell penetration multiplier with Yamamoto. Would be a nice setup, I think, for Baltimore. Now, Fusou, this is the one that I was genuinely quite interested in. Right, let's get here to rank 7 straight away. So, chances of HE shell damage causing fire. So, let's have a look. That goes up to plus 3%. Damage control, flammable damage control. This would be a really good survivability commander. Traverse speed of battleships, traverse speed of destroyer, cruiser, battleships, guns. if you go for survivability, you probably go crisscross. Battle spirit, maximum damage and reduction to your battleship. Now that goes up to +8%. Damage control, party reload time. Ah no, this is straight up overpowered. This is legitimately this is legitimately an overpowered commander. So in the last video we talked about basically with fusou maxed out, you can have battle spirit, gives you +8 and +8 to HP and -8 to damage, which is effectively a 16% increase in 16% increase in hit points. So we could effectively get the fuso up to 67,000 hit points with Sims and Hyde as inspiration. I don't think I could quite do that. I could get pretty damn close to it though. We'd have to unlock her as a legendary, but I've not just realised I need to get some Commander XP for this build. But I'll work on that. I was getting Frasier up to rank 16 level 4. So yeah, so having Sims, having Hyde, a good day's work, which will obviously reduce the damage control, reload party, the battle spirit, and you know, this last perk, anything. You could go for a range of guns, you could go for the properly meticulous for secondaries or the emergency specialist, but having will to rebuild as well. So the amateur we worked out could have about 116,000 hit points. So 116,000 hit points with will to rebuild. The auto repair when you're less than 20%. Yeah, that 20% turns into, it's not 17 or 18,000. It'd be like 21,000 now. So fuso you is ridiculous, and I am going to grind out the Commander XP, and we will most definitely see a fusou build, Yamato, coming very, very soon. Right, okay, Commander profile for Azur Lane Queen Elizabeth. I'll pop up to rank 7 so we can see everything. So Queen's Order, reload time of battleships, main guns, battleships shell damage, and battleships grouping of battleships main guns. So this will go up to a maximum of 2%. So 2% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 2% across all 3 of those items. So reload, accuracy, and damage. So that is a pretty good base trait for most battleships. Let's have a look. So you've got a choice between Brawler and not one for Nuisance. You can do secondaries. And now this is the skill that I wasn't keen on, Skywatch. Spot charges and spot plane duration. I don't really see the point in that at all. I would go with Crisscross. Can we do Firefighter, Master Mechanic and Will to Rebuild? Now, let's have a quick look. Is it Cunningham? Cunningham's not the survivability guy. Charles Madden is. So on Madden, we've got not one for Nuisance. We got the chance of Firefighter, Master Mechanic, and Will to Rebuild. But main battery, traverse speed, and reload time. Some Madden. And actually, Nelson, AI Nelson is a favourite. So reduces incoming damage. Flammable Cannoneer. Big 7. can have firefighter, master mechanic, but you can't have will to rebuild. So actually, I think Queen Elizabeth is actually the stronger of the two. So we can increase the charges of our repair party whilst having will to rebuild. Although it's not quite as good, I think, in general. Oh, I know, it's a tough one. It's a really good survivability build, and if I had the promotion orders, it would be nice to see that on the Nelson compared to AI Nelson and Charles Madden. Right, okay. On to the next one. There are a lot of new commanders to go through. This video is probably going to be a bit longer than I was hoping, but here we are. This is one of the interesting ones. So Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst has decreases the maximum dispersion radius of your shells fired by up to 4%. So that's basically 4% greater accuracy. We've only got 1.4 there. Her secondary perk was torpedo launch, which increases your speed and range. But let's see what kind of build can you put together with Scharnhorst. Brawler could be interesting because the Scharnhorst has really good. The Scharnhorst itself specifically has a really good reload and really good range. So Brawler could be interesting. Porcupine, obviously good for secondary builds in general. Firefighter, you can have additional heals or increase range, or the properly meticulous, and again, will to rebuild. I don't think people realise how powerful will to rebuild is. That can, especially late game, that can seriously cause some issues for your team. For the enemy team. Don't want it to cause issues for your team, do we? Graf Spee. So, let's have a gander here. So, pocket battleship, amount of HP recovered. This will go up to a maximum of 6%. I'm sorry, like, I'm doing this completely on the fly, so thinking about builds, I'm literally thinking about builds as I'm looking at these, because of obviously all the new perks. Right, okay, so yeah, you can get up to 6% of damage healed back. Now this would be good if it was accompanied by something that gives you extra heals, but I don't think it does. So you've got a choice between greater fire chance or increase your range. Now honestly, I think fire chance, because what I'd do with this build involves being a bit sneakier. Igniter, right, okay, so we'd pick Ghost, the new perk, so detectability of cruisers and air detectability range. This goes up to minus 8% and minus 20%, so 8% for detectability of cruisers, and by detectability by sea, basically, where it says cruisers, but minus 20 detectability from air. Punch through. Ooh. You would definitely go with fully packed for the consumable charge, because we calculated, right, if you max out Graf Spee, and if we put Makawa on here as inspiration, if I can find, where is he? There he is. To give the minus 5.1, he can go up to minus 6, and Sword Sticky as well, which I think is another minus 5 to detectability. You can get the York, for example, down to under 10 kilometers for its detectability. So that's why we go for punch through and burn it down, rather than worrying about range. because the idea is to use it as a sneaky ship, getting close and absolutely hammer them with a single salvo, which the German guns are pretty adept at doing. So yeah, Admiral Graf Spee is a good one. I think that's it, isn't it? That is it for the new commanders. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I've been given the skins. Bear with me a second, let me just let's just have a quick look, shall we? So ships, play. Where's the Graf Spee? Right, here we go. Let's have a quick look. Right, okay, so the skins, when you unlock the skins do come at the base version, so you will need to upgrade them. Right, okay, this is the first one I really like. Like, look at this. This genuinely looks pretty sweet. It's pretty aggressive. The black and red is a nice combination with the white sort of. They almost look like scratch marks through the red. I genuinely like that. That's quite nice. Right, okay, I need to add tier 6s to this. And let's have a look at my beautiful Scharnhorst. Ooh. Alright, okay, that's a bit bright. There is an awful lot going on there. If you want to use distraction techniques for your enemies, this could definitely be the way to go. They'd be like, what the, huh? Kill it with fire. Yeah, not a fan. I am definitely 100% switching that camel back to the historic one. Ah, that's better. My eyes hurt significantly less now. Right, okay, so that was I was going to say a short and sweet brief rundown of the commanders, but we're heading on for 25 minutes. So that is the new Azur Lane stuff. So we've had a quick look at the commanders, and I'm not saying these builds are awesome. These were just done on the fly. But it'd be awesome to see what you guys think in the comments, any builds that you can think of. And hopefully we can get to trying some of them out through the week. So thank you very much for stopping by. I do hope that you enjoyed, and as always, until next time, take care.